Have you backed up your system recently? Regardless of whether you're using some type of proprietary nonsense OS or a glorious GNU/Linux system, data loss is still possible, and the only way to protect against it is to make backups. If you're running Linux Mint 19.1 or any version of Linux Mint later than that, then you already have an application that can do this, called TimeShift. Now, one thing that you should know about TimeShift, full disclosure before we really get into the meat of this video, TimeShift isn't really meant to back up your home directory. It does have an option to do so, but the real point of TimeShift is to make a snapshot of your file system. So things like your theme, what packages you have installed, keyboard shortcuts, those things will be backed up fine with TimeShift. But stuff like your documents and music, basically anything that you would normally keep in your home folder, might not back up correctly. Now, TimeShift does still give you an option to back them up, as we'll see in a moment, but I can't really recommend using that method, or at least not having that be your only method for backing up your home folder. In fact, TimeShift technically isn't even a backup tool. It's a snapshot creation and restoration tool. So it works more like how you would restore a machine state in VirtualBox, or if you've ever used System Restore on Windows before. That's what TimeShift is really like. It takes snapshots of your system state for you to revert back to. If something changes that causes it not to boot, or maybe a change happens that causes your graphical environment to break, or maybe just a change that you want to revert back to that maybe you don't know any other way to revert back to it. And TimeShift, it also isn't really a Mint-specific thing. It's available by default on Mint, but it's available on other distros as well. You can install it through your package manager, or you could just install it directly from GitHub if it's not available in your package manager. Now, when you first open up TimeShift, it'll look more like this, and you'll have to select a snapshot type. You could either do rsync, which is the option that should be available on any system or distro, or if you built your system with BTRFS as the file system, then you can do that. You can use that to make the snapshot. But if you don't have a BTRFS file system, then you won't have this option available to you. I'm going to choose rsync, even though I have both, because one of the benefits of doing rsync is that you can save the data anywhere to the disk that you want. And you can click on this help option to really get into the nitty-gritty differences between rsync and BTRFS. I'll let you guys read that once you have TimeShift installed on your systems. So then the other thing that will change is the location. So it's got my my Samsung 850. So this is the solid state drive that I actually have my Linux system installed to. You can see that I have some other ones, and it'll tell you if there's not a Linux partition. So both of these are data drives, like my Passport, that's an external hard drive. And then this Western Digital hard disk, that's just another hard drive that I have in my system. So we'll select SDB2. That's going to be my file system that's got Linux on it. Then we'll go to schedule. Now, this is where you can choose how often you want your system to actually do an automatic backup. So, for example, if you do it daily, so this is going to keep 5 of them and it's going to back it up every single day. If you want to do hourly, this is going to keep 6 of the snapshots and then just do a backup every hour. And then the oldest snapshot will be removed once you get to that limit. So, it makes 6 snapshots. If it's doing it hourly, yeah, it's gonna be every hour. And then on the 7th hour, your oldest snapshot will get deleted, and then that's going to be replaced with the new one. Or you could do it just every time you boot, right? All of those different options. I'm just going to pick daily for now. Go ahead and set that up. Users, so now this is where you select what you actually want to be backed up. So Like I said, you could use this to back up your user's home folder, just like it says here. But I don't really recommend doing that because, again, TimeShift doesn't always work correctly when it's backing up your home folder. So I'm going to leave these as exclude all, their default value, but you can include them at your own risk, and of course you can include the hidden stuff as well. Filters, this is just to exclude certain directories that you might not want to take snapshots of. And then MISC, you can just go ahead and change like the date format. I think that's fine, so I'm going to leave that as it is. All right, and now we're able to go ahead and create our first snapshot. So let's go ahead and do that. And it's estimating the size of the system. And now it's going to start doing its backup process. And you can see that it's saying the estimated time that it's going to take. I think this is fairly accurate, but I'm just going to pause it either way. I mean, I've got a solid state drive, so it shouldn't take too long, but watching everything back up is kind of boring, right? All right, so the backup job has finished, and you can see that now I've got this snapshot that's here with the name that I wanted and the system that it's backed up from, which is also pretty useful if you're running multiple Linux systems. This way you can keep straight which one is which, because if you just look at it in the file view, as we're going to see in a moment, it's not super obvious which specific distro this is a backup of. So we can right click on it here and click on Browse Files. And let's actually go to the top view. Now, this does open your file manager as a root user. So be careful when you're exploring in here. Don't accidentally delete something, because it'll actually allow you to delete virtually whatever you want in here. And you can obviously delete things that'll break your system. So this is the folder that TimeShift created. And then inside of here, we have snapshots, and then the name of the snapshot that was just created. And then we go into localhost, and then these are all of the files that it just created. So pretty much the same thing as the files that we saw in the root directory. Like if we just go up real quick, you see it's pretty much the same things, that it's backing up from your root directory into the TimeShift folder itself. Now, when TimeShift is doing these snapshots, what it's really doing is it's creating links. So it's only going to copy over files when they get changed. So whenever you do this type of snapshot with rsync, it's going to copy those files over from your root directory that actually make your system work. And then when you run TimeShift again in the future, it's going to check for changes in those files. And then if the files are not changed, then they don't get backed up. That way, TimeShift doesn't end up wasting unnecessary disk space or IO jobs, because as you could tell, like this used up almost 30 gigs to do this snapshot. So if it didn't do that, we would probably all be running out of disk space very, very quickly. But anyway, that's it for TimeShift, guys. Just a quick video. Wanted to show you guys this real quick. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, share the video with other people that could benefit from it, and subscribe for more content like this. Bye now.